So this is just an example of some of the other stuff that I've been talking about or thinking about. One of them is you could, in theory, use a normal map, or excuse me, a depth map created in a three-dimensional program and use it as a way to change your focal point, where your focus is being brought to. So like for instance, right now you have a very sharp, crisp edge at the very front, and as I move my depth, I could, in theory, reveal something that's a little bit more clear and out of focus, right? So that I'm able to kind of control where that's happening. And really, there's no three-dimensional shape here. It's just basically I'm controlling the way in which that is being focused. So it's something that I've been thinking about. I've been trying to figure out ways to make this work. However, this is where I'm at so far. This is just like the first test, to give an example. And, you know, there's all kinds of cool things you could do with this. This is just a normal cube, for instance, but there's plenty of other options available. It could be a very interesting way of shaping your objects. And if I play this correctly, I believe I could put a normal map here, and I could use mapped normal lighting with it. And so then the lighting would only hit where the pink and purples are, and then the grays would be still that focused, that highly focused gray that it already is. So that's where my brain is at right at this moment. I thought this was a very interesting kind of unique take or thought process on this. Just something to kind of continue on with the class that I was teaching the other day. Thinking about how we could use depth masks to create this kind of look. So that was where I've been. That's what I've been thinking about lately. And here we have like the fall off of the focus where it's super sharp or not sharp enough. I have control over that, but I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can make it so that it's less of that area, so like you really have control over like a specific place. I've gotten it pretty close. I can invert this mask, and then I could also then take this value and expand upon it. Go in the wrong direction a bit. But there are many ways that we could do this. So I'm trying to... It's not going to work the other direction. So that is something that I need to look into, is how I could have more control as to where the pink is versus the focus, the sharp edges of the square. This is just a normal cube. It's not anything crazy. However, like you could do any kind of shape that you could make a depth mask for, or a depth map image, and then make that the mask within Resolume Arena. So in behind the scenes, let me see if I can give you an example. Output disabled, and if I go back to here, right now I'm using an alpha channel that is being used as a mask, or excuse me, a depth map that's being used as a mask, and then it's basically applying to whatever's below it. And then finally there's something below that. So this is the straight normal image, and then we have the image with the pink and purple. So if I take this away, that's what that looks like. And then this here at the top is the thing that's affecting this mask here. So this is my normal map that has that patch put on it, applied to it. And so then you can create all kinds of crazy stuff with this, and then just have this flowing through it. And then you could, in theory, like make this like overlay, right? And so now you have this like it's bleeding through. You could soften the edges. Right now it's a sharp edge, so I could go, here's our depth, right? What I could do is I could hike this one up. I think it's this one. That was the one I was messing with. So now we have this range that's being able to be adjusted, right? So now we have this going on. So it's a very interesting concept. The biggest issue with this that I could see is that it's only moving in a Z depth that is like from the front to the back. There's no in between. Like I couldn't go front to back. Like I could make a mask where it basically then chooses, then it slides left and right. And that was one of the things that I started thinking about, was I could just make I could create something that was based on the mapped normal lighting. But the only problem with that is then you have two maps that you're using at the same time. And that's when I thought, you know what, we really don't need to do that. What we could do instead is, like, for instance, in this example, I have this colorize. I could use a mapped, a normal map of the cube, which I might show as an example to give you an idea as to what I'm thinking behind the scenes. But that is pretty much it. Just a kind of a crazy idea. Questions, comments, complaints, concerns, let me know in the comments. I'm going to put this on YouTube and see what you guys think. Thank you very much for your interest, and I appreciate everything. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.